we're here today at the Little Pennsylvania Cemetery, aka Woolyburger Cemetery in Darbydale, Ohio. London Groveport Road, State Route 665. One off from the bad number. Alright, today's date's 11/16/2013. This is Recon Team 1, Mission 1. Just a little history about the place. The first burials here was in 1834, so we're dealing with some old spirits if there is any here. Alright, first one on the list, we have WollyBurger. We'll be talking more about him once we get on the inside. We also have the mystery cult, which could be a satanic cult, or it could be the KKK. We're not quite sure, but we're here to see if they're here too. We also have the Woolyburger monster, which is possibly why they call this the Woolyburger Cemetery. And find some more. And ghosts, of course, ghosts. We got lots and lots of ghosts coming out of here. We have ghosts that range from large things in the woods moving around to small girls crawling across paths. So, let's see what we got. Screams, growls, laughter, and chants. We hope to hear all of them. And the tall man, of course. There's a lot of legend about the tall man. But this tall man wears a cloak. He's close to 7 foot, so he'll be pretty easy to spot if he's out here. And the house, well, not much to say about that, but the house, it's there sometimes it's not. There's a possible foundation. We'll also be looking for it. All right, now if you join me and my cameraman, John Hovey, we'll see what we got on the inside. How come there ain't no leaves right there? I understand they can't fall straight down. But it doesn't look odd how the leaves are just like swept away from that tree instead of something blowing up on that. Wonder what's keeping these leaves from actually making it over to here. How does the wind know to stop pushing it at that point? That's kind of odd to me. Maybe not to everybody, but you can actually see, it's like somebody swept them away. I'd understand it if that was actually a gravesite, but it's not, it's a tree. All right. This is kind of the problem for people like us anyway. We come out, we'd like to enjoy this stuff, check it out, but we got vandals out here. They like to tear things up. I don't know what they get out of it. I don't know, I don't understand. They should leave them alone and then let them go for it. Oh, hold on. Butcher. Hillborn Butcher. It's not like the regular butcher spelling, but it is. B-O-U-C-H-E-R. Huh. I'm not sure about that name though. Hillborn.
And now that's what was the story relating to that?
Okay, William Butcher was an outstanding guy in the community, had a good family, a good home out here. It was either on the property that touched this side or it was right outside the property. I'm not quite sure where the house is actually at. And anyway, William Butcher, one night out of nowhere, up and knifed his whole family. Killed his wife, killed his children. Hey, you know, the guy flipped out. He pulled an Amityville, I guess. But the people did say that they warned him that there was creepy things about that house. They said things about it all the time. He just dismissed it, kept going on about his life until that fateful night. And then, well, right here we got Mary Butcher. I'm not sure if that's her or not. One he might have killed. She was 75 years old, 1 month and 27 days. Wow.
We'll have to look up and compare those dates.
Yes, we will. We got
see if,
our father and mother. On this side, we have Timothy. So Butcher, that was obviously a popular family around here. There's no doubt about it. So the Butchers, well, we got another one right here. So we're gonna have to check out the actual names of the people that died, figure out if this had anything to do with them. Maybe, maybe not. We have some more vandalism here. Maybe that's just old age, but we got cracks here too. This name is completely broke off. Kind of weird. Maybe they just didn't like these certain people. Oh, we possibly have some superstition here. We got somebody with a heads up penny. So maybe they knew this person and came out and made a little bit of an offering, huh? Guess they gave their 1 cent worth. Oh, we got people coming out of the woods. Let's see what we got. All right, it's Greg back with you today at Little Pennsylvania Cemetery, aka Woolyburger. We found some locals here. They say they know a little bit about it. We're going to see what they know. This gentleman here seems to be the guy to talk to everybody. Yeah. I'm pointing fingers. Tell us what you know, man. What are you feeling about this place?
Well, I got online because we came here last weekend. You know, we just came up to the fence. Once we got to the fence, we got scared. So
nighttime when it's happening?
Yeah.
Okay, nighttime.
We just came here during the day to see what really all this was back here.
Sure.
So I don't know. I was reading online, like people were saying, like by a couple of the big trees, they'd see people in a white shirt and black pants.
That would be the man. It was a man. Right?
Yeah,
Okay,
man.
well, I've got scoop on that too.
And then I've heard a little white girl running down the path.
Right. Okay, now we've heard about the little white girl in white, right?
Yeah.
Okay, she supposedly was maybe a daughter of William Butcher
Yeah.
that was killed out here in a house. Possibly he knifed his family all in one night.
Yeah.
Okay, also we've heard that was a little girl that was taken to the back of the pond, raped and killed and drowned in the pond.
Yeah, he told us about that while we were driving.
No way. Yeah, so we okay, that's where we'll be heading to right back that way. So we heard the people that murdered her committed suicide and was found dead in the cemetery beforehand.
Actually, right, I guess.
All right, so
That's what I heard. Yeah.
All right, man. So anybody else want to throw anything in? Did you see anything today that was out of the ordinary or off the wall?
No.
Pretty peaceful, you know, no hunters out there and we got getting shot at. We do see that quite a bit out this way. All right. Well, guys, I appreciate, everything you're telling us. Well, what about the nighttime when you was out here? Did you see anything or hear anything at night? What made you so scared? What got you where you had to go back to the cars and not come in?
I don't know.
Stories.
Just the story. Yeah.
So you're spooking each other out, coming
We
out?
had one of our friends' dads with us, and he was telling us stories the whole way up the hill. So when we got up to the top, we got there, and we were kind of just standing there, a little worried. He told us not to go. Don't go in there.
Right on. What about satanic worshipers? Possibly KKK. We heard this too.
Yep.
So you heard KKK?
Yeah.
Okay. What about sacrificial animals, things like that found out here?
We
That
didn't see
dead ass
anything.
deer that was out there.
We heard that our friend's dad was telling us that people used to throw what was it, rabbits or something
Hang
over
guts
trees
from
or hang them
trees.
over the trees or something like that.
I've heard of things from headless dogs that have been shaved to multiple body parts of all kinds of animals. They also heard that there was a guy that was killed and thrown in the pond out here that was supposedly part of one of the worshiping nights or whatever, and it went bad. So he ended up cutting his own heart out, and they buried him out here, and they buried his heart somewhere near a square tombstone. Now that I look around, there are square tombstones everywhere.
Yeah.
So what we're out here trying to do is we're going to try to either prove this stuff exists or debunk this stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to put it like I said, Navy SEALs and Scooby-Doo all in one. We're going to pull the mask right off the old farmer's head, or we're going to put him in a headlock, whatever we got to do to figure out why these guys are doing this. All these stories are coming out of here. Because not many places have 4 or 5 different, legends coming out of them.
Yeah.
Sure.
So this is one of them.
We appreciate you guys' time. Be looking for us. I'm sure you'll find us on YouTube eventually. Keep hearing a sound out here. The sound I'm hearing seems to be a gunshot in the distance, possibly, or maybe a hammer hitting something. Not quite sure. It isn't exactly gun season at this time, so if they are out here shooting guns, well, hopefully they're not hunting us anyway. All right. Now, if John will pan over here, I think this is going to be the river that we'll be camping by. It doesn't look like much of a river. It's the Darby Creek, which I see that if this is it, that's definitely a creek. I doubt we'd get a canoe down it, but we will try.
So
And,
hike maybe, if once we park?
There's definitely a hike involved, but there's plenty of places to camp. It looks like it shouldn't be an issue or problem whatsoever. Yep, there's another sound. I don't know if anybody else heard that or picked that up. It must be something out there in the woods getting hit. I mean, it didn't sound like a gunshot that time.
It's still daylight, so.
Still daylight. There's workers, there's people in the woods. We've seen hunters today. We've seen people in the cemetery. Plenty of action in the woods. So let's see if we can find action at the pond. Okay, now I don't get this. A little bit earlier we ran into some guys up in the cemetery. They tell us, hey, there's trees all over the pond. You can't get up to the pond. Well, if you just look at me, she's walking straight up to the pond. Now, were they trying to tell us that to get us away from it? Or were they trying to tell us that to throw us off the path or something? I'm not quite sure. But it does make me wonder why they said they couldn't walk down to the pond when there's a perfectly good area that you can walk straight to the pond. Now, it does have what looks to me as an algae bloom possibly on the underside over there, nice and green, light colored. Nothing right offhand that strikes me odd here. Definitely could see someone being drowned here and then put out in the middle, and probably no one would ever find them. There's no doubt about that.
because I seriously doubt anyone's going out in the middle of that for any reason. What we are going to do is we're going to come back and we're going to film this area at nighttime. We need to get action of water, any kind of movement, anything like that that's going to show that possibly that little girl's spirit is out here and it's restless and it's coming out of the water. Because if that's her resting place, I would assume it would come out to go visit all of our friends up here in the cemetery or anyone that wants to pass on the trail as you're coming in. So come back later with me. We'll see what's going on at night. And we'll see if we can ghost bust this little girl, or possibly the kids that we seen out there. They might be trying to get us now that they know we're here. So we're always looking for people like that. You know, we need the skeptics, we need the people that believe, and we need the people that's going to try to mess with us. Because you know what happens when they mess with us? Yeah, they get ghost busted. Okay, you hear me talking about beaver a lot. Well, the reason is because with all of the action and all the scary things that are coming out of this pond, I want people to understand that beavers make noise. You know, they are here. There's no doubt about it. If you follow the camera down, you can see an absolute definite chew from a beaver. You know, he's actually probably been here. There's quite a bit of stuff here chewed away. There's a slide that goes all the way down into the water, so this is where he comes up. He has him a dinner. He goes on back down home, and he's good to go. And then comes the unsuspecting guy walking the trails at night. They hear a slap out in the water, or they hear a squeak or something that they don't understand what it is. Well, that's just the beavers over there, you know what I'm saying? They're talking to each other, they're making noise, they're protecting their territory, but they're not the little girl crawling out of the pond. So I'm thinking that we're coming pretty close to ghost busting this pond. Now, if there's another pond on the property, we're gonna have to take a little closer look at it. It could be further away from the creek itself, because the beavers, they like that fresh water. So they're in the creek, they're in the pond, they're in the creek, they're up on the hill. Hey, if I'm walking through the woods at night and Mr. Beaver's over here chewing on his tree, and the next thing you know, that 60-pound beaver takes off running down this hill, I'm gonna think it's a ghost or a tall man or a monster or something getting me too, because it's gonna sound like it. But sounds don't get you. They scare you, but they ain't gonna get you. Let me work with you guys for a second here. We've just had a good scare. John's been hearing something following him in the woods. Lo and behold, it may be his backpack following him in the woods. So let's see here. Let's backtrack a little bit and see what we got. Now that you obviously see we're on a trail, it goes both ways. It's really wide. Obviously a car, four-wheel drive, four-wheeler, horse and buggy. Anything could fit down through here. It's a very, very wide trail, open and highly used, you can tell. But okay, like I said, let's backtrack what we got here. We went to the pond, we've checked it, we've walked the cemetery once, we've looked at some stones, we've seen some strange stuff in the cemetery, which were leaves that were pushed around. Then we go to the pond, a couple ripples, nothing that animals couldn't cause. Some possible slides, beaver slides, for sure there's beaver there. So that makes a big difference in what the noises are gonna be at night and that run that water down there. A lot of slapping, a lot of loud noises, possible squeals and squeaks. Beavers do make noise. Also, coming up the hill, we seem to be hearing something in the woods. It's either a cracking of a stick or some kind of a thud. You know, possibly, you know, something falling behind us, something following us in the distance. I don't know. We had a good laugh about it because we thought it was John's backpack, you know, here for a second. So we're gonna keep walking. We're on an open area. That means our sound's gonna be down. We're not gonna be hearing all the rustling of ourselves coming through the woods. So anything we do hear in the woods, we're gonna know it ain't us now. So we're gonna take this path, we're gonna take it further this way, see if we can find what people are saying is the house in the woods, or possibly this is the driveway to it. We don't know. I mean, it's the first time we've been here. We got another deer trail or something there for sure. We got action here from something that's come down and made these trees and this wood, or the grass, I mean, lay down. So we know that there's definitely something coming through there. I say deer. Who knows? Could be KKK. Could be anybody at this point. All right, what we got here back in the woods is a pipe, possibly a pipe for a well system. And if there's a pipe to a well system, that means there's a house around here somewhere. So maybe the mysterious house is close by. Maybe that was the well that they brought the water from down at the pond coming back. Maybe up here to up the hill to the house itself. So this path is pretty cut out. Whoa, I'm about to go down here myself. This path is cut out all the way to the pond, so it's definitely been used or had something irrigation type down through here. So as we go on up this way, are we still recording?
Yes.
All right. As we come up this way, there's a possibility we'll find the mystery house. There's a possibility you might find a moonshine still. Hey, I don't know. I could use a drink. Ooh, that's been there for a long time.
Hold on.
We actually have some barbed wire grown in, so there's been somebody trying to keep somebody out of here a long time ago.
Okay, so what we got going on here today is we're at Little Pennsylvania Cemetery. We're out behind it into the trails. Today, me and John's been walking around doing our first recon. We ain't seen too much that's impressed us. I've not been really scared. I don't feel like nothing's watching me, except for John and the camera and everybody out there watching this right now. But for the time being, I'm thinking we're gonna come back at another time. We're gonna set up a camp. We're gonna have a base camp. We're gonna set up trail cameras. We're gonna set up night vision. Anything, possibly even heat. If we can pick up something with a heat sensor in it, that way we can debunk the cold and hot things and stuff like that. Give me a second. Keep filming because when I hear something, I'm just gonna automatically start looking around. But I don't think there's nothing to worry about. Nothing else moving around. But anyway, we got EVP. We're gonna pick up the sound. Hopefully, sounds of things talking to us. Maybe, that'd be great. Other than somebody hiding in the bushes talking to us, that wouldn't be great. But the next time we come out, we're gonna have us a clairvoyant with us. We're gonna have a Wiccan with us. She can identify things that maybe we can't see, which would be the cult things, things that people leave signs and symbols, and possibly someone that can talk to the dead, or talk to the spirits that are here. I'm trying not to offend anyone by any way or anything like that, and maybe I don't say everything correctly all the time, but I am 100% real, 100% out here, 100% trying to find what this, the legends are, debunk everything. If they're here, bring them on. The hairs are standing up on my arms right now. I heard what sounded to me like aluminum foil like crumbling, or like almost a watery sound, almost. I don't know, very strange. Here's the scoop. We got John's camera not taking a picture of what, if I was to guess, I would say that's the south entrance, if you want to call it it. What was that?
I don't know, but whatever it was, it sounded like a little light.
Car, yeah. So somebody's car is starting up at the entrance out there. So we got a hunter coming out of the woods, obviously leaving in the truck that was here when we came in. We do have...
Oh, that's the entrance.
That is the entrance. That is where we came in. We have to go that way. It's right there. So what we got going on is we're going to walk to the back of the cemetery one more time. We're going to see if John's camera works back there facing this direction, because for some reason at this point in the cemetery, his camera will not take photos towards the front.
Towards the cemetery.
It will take it all different directions except for one. So let's go on up to the top. Try to get some a little. Also, where the guy's sitting in a white shirt and blue pants, or sure. We're still dealing with quite a bit of. Actually, there's no wind up here, John. Have you noticed that?
None.
We've been getting blown with wind the whole time we've been in the cemetery till we got right here to the top. I don't know why, but we're at the very top of the cemetery, and I don't feel no wind. That's awfully odd.
There's like zero wind.
Yeah. When we've been getting hit with everything, and this is the most open spot so far, and we're getting nothing. Okay, we're about to wrap it up at Woolyburger Cemetery. Are we filming, John?
Yes.
Okay. This is Greg McPeak and John Hovey, Recon Mission 1. We are at the top of Woolyburger Cemetery, Little Pennsylvania Cemetery, Darby, Dale, Ohio. So far, the strangest thing that's happened is John's camera decided not to work when he tried to take pictures in that direction that he's pointing right now. So hopefully we can pick something up. We can try to figure out why his camera's not working. Behind us here, I'm looking into the woods. I'm seeing nothing extremely scary. Scares me a little bit, because other people have said that is a big deal, that their stuff does not work. There's another bug floating around. So if anybody sees that, I don't understand why the bugs are out in November.
I just can't believe it's cold and there's no wind.
There's no wind. Yeah, where's the wind? Okay.
I mean, that's something that creeps people out in situations like this, and you can't really debug that because wind is wind.
Why aren't the trees moving? When we've been hearing wind all day, and I'm sure that this sound device will be picking up wind whistling through the woods a lot. There is none right now. So, okay, John, let me get one quiet minute. We'll do a complete 360 with the sound device, and then we'll start our walk down to the gates. All right. We got somebody leaving. That's about it.
When I saw you walk, I thought what I saw was maybe a shadow of somebody. It took a picture of you. I thought I saw the shadow when I hit the shutter, and it would not take the picture.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Now I definitely do not believe in this. That's a hunter. Is it a call?
Oh, that turkey call. Now the wind.
Yeah. And let's see if I can take a picture. I'll have to look. My camera with this lens should easily pick up focus on anything, even at night.
Okay.
So some people out there might think, maybe when I walk in front of it, it gives me something to focus on. But that ain't it. Because I tried focusing on the tree.
Right.
I tried focusing on the gravesite, and it wouldn't work. It's only facing that direction at certain times. So I'm on video.
Let's get our exit, because this is sometimes when the little girl shows up. She'll be walking across the path or running across the path. So we want to definitely get this going out.
Yeah, but I don't have any light.
Oh, that's well.
So unless she's illuminated.
Well, that's, hey, you know what? Okay, well, you ready for a flash then?
It won't work. Look, this button right here should automatically make a flash, and it doesn't. It doesn't work. It is brand new.
But it's working the other direction.
Yeah. I mean, even if I want to use the flash during video just to make it go, it's not working. No, that couldn't be nothing. No.
What?
No, I don't believe that.
You seeing something?
I just saw something over here in white.
Yeah, I'm seeing a flash of something over there to the right.
I know that that's a light, so I didn't have my hair standing up, so I think it was just that car.
Oh, my hair's standing up all over me right now. I'm seeing, these cemetery stones are really bright, man.
You noticed that?
Yeah. I mean, like they're really shining bright.
But I can't pick none of them up in the camera. I'm about to go dead on battery. Let's walk. Because I do not want to be back here without a camera.
Look right over there, that stone. Anything dark beside it?
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know. But if it starts coming this way.
Awfully dark in that woods right there. Where the fuck did it go?
It's gone.
Oh, I see something there. Hey, come out and talk to us?
Hello?
A fucking log? Yeah, it's a log.
Good Lord.
Yeah, well, I didn't know what it was.
I didn't either, but it sure didn't make itself clear as a log until we got right up on it.
It was like something peeking around the corner.
I'm cool with that. Is it? Yeah. All right. That's a flashlight. Yeah. How's it going? Good.
How you doing?
You hunting?
Yeah.
Sorry, we were hoping we didn't disturb anybody.
No.
Did we? We didn't mess anything up on you?
All right, good deal, man.
No.